Hold up. Wait a minute. So last week I was driving through Abuja with a friend of mine. Actually, he was driving in his car. So we get to one of those police checkpoints, the ones that they usually set up in the evenings, mainly for tax collection, but that's another story. So we get to the police checkpoint, and as usual, they ask for the vehicle papers, and my friend hands over the papers. And then the policeman goes through them, and then he asks for something that I haven't seen them ask for in a while. He says, "Where's the tinted permit?" And we look at each other like, and I'm thinking, hey, wait a minute, they're not supposed to ask for that. They stopped asking for that, right? I mean, they announced it a while ago that eh, drivers no longer require a permit for their tints. So my friend says, well, I have it, but let me just check. So he goes through the papers and he checks, and the policeman says, well, the tinted permits are not in order. But then he lets us off and he says, okay, you know what? I'm going to let you off with a warning this time. And we were on our merry way. Now, I was thinking to myself, um, they stopped asking for these things a while ago. Now, according to what the policeman said, it was back and they've been authorized to impound vehicles that didn't have tinted permits. I get home and I do a little research and I find out that it's actually a week later that they're supposed to, the deadline is for exactly a week later. That's this week. And that's when they're supposed to, start to apprehend people for not having tints. Another thing is, what exactly makes a tint illegal? How dark should it have to be considered a tinted window? For instance, when he asked where the tints for the vehicle were, I looked at my friend. I was like, this car has tints, really? Because as far as I could see, you could see right through the glass without any problem whatsoever. So if you have just a slight shade on your windows and everything in the car is visible, should you really need to have a permit for that? That's one question. Another thing is they just announced that they've pushed the date from this week till October the 2nd. You know what this means, people? Now, this means if you have tints on your windows, you have between now and October the 2nd to either get the permit or take the tints off. Like for me personally, I don't like tinted windows on my cars. The last time I bought a car that had tints on it, I just took it off. Because for me, first of all, I'm not hiding from anyone. And secondly, it reduces the level of visibility, and I really don't like that. So I'd rather drive around with a car that doesn't have tints. But that's just me. And if you're one of those people that doesn't like to be seen when you're driving in your car and you have tints, then, well, you have until the 2nd of October to rectify the whole issue and get yourself a permit, or else be hunted by the hunters, the boys in black who come out after dark. You know what it is.